there, and welcome. So you know how it is every election season, right? On one hand, you hear all these promises, free electricity, loan waivers, maybe some cash in your account. But then, in the very next breath, you're hearing about these massive, grand plans for new highways, top-tier universities, and huge industrial parks. It kind of feels like we're having two completely different conversations about where India's headed.
So what's the deal with these promises? Are they just short-term freebies designed to get votes, or are they actually the essential foundation for building a stronger nation? That question right there is the heart of the great Indian debate between welfare and development. And today we're going to break it all down and figure out where that balance really lies.
All right, let's start with welfare. Think of this as the nation's immediate helping hand, that absolutely essential safety net for people who need it the most.
At its core, welfare is about something called redistributive justice. Basically, it's about the state stepping in, taking from the wider economy to provide for its most vulnerable citizens. It's making sure everyone has a basic standard of living. The two key words to remember here are immediate distress. It's all about solving problems right now, today, focusing on consumption and survival.
And you've definitely seen this in action all around you. We're talking about the public distribution system for subsidized food grains, or direct benefit transfers that put cash right into bank accounts. It's the pensions for the elderly, or those free food grain schemes like the PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana. All of these are real, tangible examples of that safety net at work, providing immediate, much-needed relief.
Okay, so now let's flip the coin and look at the other side, development. If welfare is the safety net catching you when you fall, well, development is the ladder that helps you climb up, building a future based on opportunity and standing on your own 2 feet.
You know, what's really interesting here is that development is so much more than just numbers and economic growth. Thinkers like Amartya Sen have framed it as capacity building, expanding people's freedoms and abilities. It's a long-term game. The goal isn't just to help people survive day to day, it's to empower them to be truly self-reliant.
And the pillars of development are those big, visible signs of national progress, right? We're talking about brand new highways and ports that connect our entire country, world-class institutions like IITs and AIIMS that build our brainpower, and major investments in research and skilling programs. All of these are long-term bets on our nation's capital, and most importantly, on its people.
So, let's just boil it down. What's the real difference here? Well, welfare is for short-term relief, development is for long-term empowerment. I love this analogy. Think of welfare as the crutch you get when you've broken your leg. It's absolutely essential for immediate support. But development, that's the physiotherapy that actually strengthens your leg so you can walk and eventually run all on your own. You need the crutch for sure, but you can't rely on it forever.
Now, both of these sound great, don't they? A safety net and a ladder. Who wouldn't want that? But this is where things get tricky. Both of these noble goals are fighting for the same limited pot of money, which forces governments to walk a very, very delicate fiscal tightrope.
See, there's a hard limit. Laws like the FRBM Act, that's the Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act, are basically like a financial diet for governments. They put a strict cap on how much money states can borrow. And what that means is, every single rupee spent on one thing is a rupee that cannot be spent on something else. It forces some really tough choices.
And this leads us to something called the crowding out effect. When a state's budget gets eaten up by revenue spending, things like broad, untargeted subsidies and loan waivers, it leaves almost no room for what's called capital expenditure, or CAPEX. And CAPEX is the money you need to build roads, schools, and hospitals. For example, some reports show that certain states, especially before elections, commit so much to welfare that it directly squeezes their ability to invest in any long-term projects.
And the risk here goes way beyond just the budget. When the focus shifts too heavily toward unconditional handouts, it can create what some economists worry is a dependency cycle. The source material points out that in places like Punjab and UP, while food security is great, some farmers have a hard time finding labor, which might suggest a shift in work incentives. The fear is that this just creates voter dependency, instead of actually empowering people.
And maybe the most crucial point is this: who ends up paying for all of it? So often, these big populist schemes are funded by heavy borrowing. What this really means is that the current generation gets the benefits, but it's the next generation, our own kids, who are left holding the bill. A debt today is quite literally a tax on tomorrow's development.
So, is it a hopeless situation? A choice between helping people now and building for the future? Not at all. The real goal isn't to pick one over the other. It's to find a smart, sustainable balance where welfare and development actually start supporting each other.
And the experts actually point towards a pretty clear strategy for this, built on 4 pillars: First, prioritize smart investments, called merit goods. Second, enforce strict financial rules. Third, focus on building people's capabilities, not their dependency. And fourth, empower local governments to make better, targeted decisions. So, let's walk through these.
First things first, we've got to get smarter about our spending. We need to tell the difference between an unproductive freebie and a productive merit good. Handing out a free TV? That's a handout. But providing quality education through PM Shri schools or making healthcare accessible with Ayushman Bharat, now that's an investment in our people. It's welfare that actually doubles as a development tool because it builds human capital.
Second, we need strong rules of the game. This means no more fudging the numbers. Stick to the fiscal limits, get rid of hidden, off-budget borrowing, and use powerful tech like the JAM Trinity, that's Jandan, Aadhaar, and Mobile, to make absolutely sure that welfare money reaches only the people who truly need it. It's all about plugging the leaks.
And third, this one is so important, is a shift in our whole mindset. Look at this slide. This is the capability approach in action. Instead of a simple subsidy like free power for farmers, why not make a developmental investment in solar microgrids? Instead of a one-time loan waiver, why not invest in modern irrigation systems that help for years to come? It's all about moving from just giving handouts to actually building capacity.
At the end of the day, the balance between welfare and development is what shapes our collective future. This isn't about choosing between helping the poor and building the nation. It's about figuring out how to do both and do them smartly. So the question I really want to leave you with is this. When you look at the policies in your own state, what do you see? Is it a crutch or is it physiotherapy? It's something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.